Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 8 finalists in the men's 400-meter freestyle.
Tyler Clary, nice to talk to Rowdy there as he's obviously here in Charlotte. We're about, this aquatic center is about 3 blocks from the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and there's a major Sprint Cup All-Star competition taking place at the Charlotte Speedway. So Tyler Clary's indulging in his second love a lot of this weekend.
I got a sense he's really serious about it, Ted. He really is.
All right, we have the men's 400 free finalists here. So Connor Dwyer, whom we saw win the 200 free here in Charlotte, will be in lane 1. Matthias Koski from Finland, Dynamo Club in Georgia, he'll be in lane 2. Anders Nielsen is in lane 3. Danish swimmer, Club Wolverine. Fastest prelim time in lane 4 is the veteran Michael Klee. Went 3:55.06. Think about that. We just saw Matt McLean win the B final in 3:51. How about that? Connor Yeager will be in lane 5. He's won the 800 free here in Charlotte, was 5th in the 200. Sean Ryan, another Club Wolverine swimmer, will be in lane 6. In lane 7, Kevin Litherland. Again, if you've just joined out, there are triplets, 3 Litherland brothers all competing in this Grand Prix. Kevin making the final here in the 400 free, and Mateo D'Angelo from Colombia will be in lane 8. Well, we just saw, Rowdy, the B final here. Matt McLean won. That was a heck of a time to come in just over 3:51.
Well, this just proves that, you know, these are some pretty good swimmers on this Grand Prix circuit. You can't take any chances in the prelims. That's an Olympian right there, Matt McLean. And even though he swam great and might have put a time up there that might have won this A final, when it's all said and done, it won't count. He'll still get 9th. Not that it's that big a deal here in a Grand Prix, but it has happened in the Olympic Games in 1984. Thomas Farner from Germany actually won the 400, excuse me, he won the B final in the 400 free. Back then, there were B finals in the Olympic Games, which would have won the gold medal.
With a gold medal.
That's a big deal.
and he got 9th place in a handshake, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Wow.
Right, this is a great field from top to bottom, sort of like what we saw earlier with Jessica Hardy in that 100 breaststroke winning from the outside. You've got a chance of seeing this right here in the 400 freestyle. Connor Dwyer, way up there on the very top of your screen, is going to have a body length lead at the 100. 54.8 going out. That's a good solid start for him. And everybody else is kind of bunched up right there in the middle. Klee in 4. Yeager in 5. They're all kind of keeping an eye on each other, and Dwyer's kind of sprinted out so far ahead. I don't think anybody can see him except for maybe Koski, who's next to him in lane 2.
So Connor Dwyer has the history. He's an Olympian. It was 5th in the 400 free in London.
You know, the great Bob Bowman who has coached Michael Phelps. He's really trying to work on Connor Dwyer's stroke a little bit, trying to just even things out a little bit, really working on his kick. That's something that he didn't have that much power in earlier on in his career, and he has done such a tremendous job with this young man. 152.9 going out. He's going for it. There's no doubt about it. 56.1 there.
And that's an incredible front half. He's almost 3 seconds ahead of Yeager.
It's either going to be a case of a huge rabbit who's going to die a slow death, or he's going to put out a pretty good time. One or the other is going to happen. I don't think there's going to be any in between for Connor, especially in the middle of May. I'd say, hey, if this was in August, I'd say that's great. But right now, boy, that's really fast going out.
In this field, Yeager had the best U.S. time in 2013. McLean, who we told you just won the B final a few minutes ago, had the second best U.S. time in 2013.
Now Yeager is breathing to his right. He picked up about 0.7 of a second, Ted, on that 50 alone. Watch this 50. This will be a huge sign here how they split this 50. Dwyer 29.5, Jaeger 28.6, so almost a second there. He's just slowly but surely inching up and chasing Connor Dwyer down, and he can see him now.
That's Connor Jaeger. He was third in the World Championships last year in Barcelona. And he's trying to prove the distance, endurance, that over the distance, he has what it takes.
Right by him, right there. 27.9 to 29.3. He went by him. And the Michigan guys, you can't really see him from this viewpoint, but they're right there, right up there on the top, and they got him going on that 50. You see him back there? They got him going on that 50 going into the 350 turn.
So it's
and
Jaeger.
Boy, he's pouring it on.
Jaeger's going to pull away. He's almost a body length now. Jaeger in the middle, in the dark cap, coming in to win it in 3:48.89. Dwyer second, Klee third. And talk about the difference between prelims and the real deal. Connor Jaeger just took almost 8 seconds off his prelim time to win it.
Wow. 27.9 on his last 50. And Connor swam a great 400. 55 plus on the last 100 though for Jaeger, and Dwyer 350.2. That's a good time for him at this point of his career. I mean, of his season. But Jaeger, beautiful swim. Remember, this guy was a bronze medalist in this event last summer at the World Championships. This is a great event for him. Here's the 300 turn right here, and you just had a feeling that Dwyer was starting to decelerate just enough to where it gave Jaeger life, and that's what you need. To give somebody life, you just have to inch up on him. When you feel like you can try to do this, it just gives you that momentum, and you know he could feel it right now. He looked at Connor Dwyer the entire 50 that way, and that said, oh my gosh, I can get this guy, and I can put in a great 50 here. Great back half swim for Connor Jaeger, and he wins 3:48 in a very, very solid time.
So Connor Jaeger, congratulations. Rowdy just touched on that with Connor Dwyer in lane one, even early on. Did you see how fast he went out?
No, I didn't, and I think it's probably a good thing because maybe I would have freaked out a little bit in the beginning. So yeah, luckily I didn't see him, and I was able to just stick to my my race strategy.
I was watching your Michigan teammates, and they were all going crazy going into that 350 turn. Could you see them, or were you kind of keeping an eye on Connor?
I couldn't see anyone. I was trying. I started picking my head up out of the water trying to find Connor. I had no idea where he was.
But you had to see him going into that 350 turn, though, right?
No.
No, you didn't.
Stupid. I wasn't wearing my clear goggles, so I couldn't see anything.
You just put the blinders on and went.
Yeah.
That time, though, is pretty good, isn't it? I mean, you happy with that time?
I'm definitely really happy with that time. Had a couple maybe somewhat disappointing swims at the meet.
Right.
So, yeah, definitely a great turnaround.
That's what I thought.
To do it with some of my teammates, that's great.
Yeah, good job, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Connor. Thank you. Connor Jaeger winning the 400 free. Time of 3:48.89. It's just outside the top 10 in the world.